What's up, guys? I hope everyone's having a good day out there. We're looking at a monitor that LILLIPUT sent me. This is their new A7S 2 4K camera assist. And I have it right here. We'll go over some of the specs on this guy real quick. The 4K does reference that it does work with 4K cameras, but we have a 7-inch monitor. It is 8-bit full HD display, 1920 by 1200 pixels and 324 ppi. This runs off of both battery, so you can run it off of a battery here. It's a F970. This clips onto the back. No batteries included, but what is included is this battery plate right here. And I can remove the battery plate. There's a lock right there. I slide over, and then I can take out the F970 adapter, and then that's what it looks like under that. And then I can put the adapter in there, slide that, and now it's locked into place. It does a good job of locking into place. Also notice here we have 4 little screw holes here, I believe for mounting it to like a rack. And just take note that if you want to sit flush with the rack, you put a battery on there. These batteries get pretty big. You know, it could sit this far off the rack or so. Besides powering it that way though, you can also power it via 7 to 24 volts. You have a DC 12 volt right here. This will work with 7 to 24 volts. So an external battery pack, or you could get a wall adapter that's not included and just run it right off the wall power. So this does have a tripod mount both on the top and on the bottom. It's got this nice rubber protective silicone kind of case type deal to it, and it fits this really good. It's got these rubber feet that actually go into the back right there. Tripod cutouts. Everything is labeled as well. You see up here on top we have a power button, F1, F2, which are programmable, and then the exit. And then you have a spin wheel right here, and this also doubles as a button, which works really good. Very convenient for going through the menus. And on the side we have the HDMI in, HDMI out, and that's a 4K out too, so this is loop, so you could run it into something else. We have an earpiece, so you can plug in headphones, and then the DC 12 volts. Also, if you were to remove that rubber piece, you can see everything is still labeled. So that's just a nice feature. And this silicone case kind of provides a little sun hood around it, gives it a little bit of a shade, but it also does come with this sunshade, and it's kind of a a matte type material, so it absorbs the light, and it just velcros to the inside like so. So pretty nice. So besides that, you also get this guy in the box, and this is actually metal, or yeah, I believe it's metal. This little part here is plastic, but it's pretty durable here, and that way you can screw it to the bottom or the top and mount it to the camera. And it also comes with HDMI cord with I believe that's like a mini HDMI. I'll be using my Panasonic GH5, which takes the full size HDMI, so I have my own cord here. But we'll just go ahead and power it on. Just hold down right here on the power button. You'll see it turn on here, and I'll power on my camera. Plug in the camera here. Alright, so there we go. Go ahead and kind of clear off path. Alright, and I'll just kind of go through the options. What's really nice about this little spin wheel right here, if I want to adjust anything from the volume to the brightness, I just spin that wheel, and as soon as I spin that wheel, you'll see this pop up down there. And then when I push in on the wheel, I can go to contrast, saturation, tint, sharpness, volume. So an easy way to get to that menu. Now if I wanted to go into the main menu, instead of spinning the wheel, I would just push in on the wheel, and that will take me to the main menu. And you can see the first options we have all the brightness, contrast, saturation, tint, sharpness, and color temp. And we go down here, we can see the center marker, aspect ratio. And if I wanted to go and select one of those, I just push in again, and then I can go through all of these to turn them on and off, like for the grid. I can turn that on. I can even go down here and adjust the thickness of the grid if I wanted to take it down to a 2. And I can also turn the grid off. And you'll see there's still a grid on here, and that's because that's the grid that's coming from my camera. So I would need to turn either the on-screen options or the menu from my camera off on here, but I just have them on here for now. So I'll go through some of these other ones here. We have the FN, we have scan, aspect, underscan, check field, zoom, freeze, and DSLR. And the back button is right next to the wheel. So the back button is the exit button, but you just push it once, it takes you back. So very easy to do. And then we get in here into peaking. I can turn the peaking on, and you'll see all the on-screen things turn red, but you'll see also that, here, let's go ahead and exit out here. And you can see, now I have peaking out on my camera, and I believe it's set to blue. But you see here when it's red, and I have my shortcut button set to peaking. So if I want to turn peaking off, you see it's just blue there, and then if I turn it on, it turns back to red. So we'll go back down here into the peaking color. I can change that to green, blue, white, so on. Peaking level, false color, I can turn that on and off. And I have my other shortcut button set to the false color. So if I want to back out, just hit the exit. Exposure, I can turn that on and off, and then you can set your exposure level. So if I crank it up here, you can see the zebras or the overexposed areas according to what I have it set. And let's move down here a little further. Got the histogram, which we can turn on or off. And back out, we have the volume. This does have volume, so you can see your volume levels right on, and like I said, you can monitor it via the headphone port here on the side. And then we have, let's go back here all the way down to the settings where we have English, we have the on-screen or OSD timer 10 seconds, so I believe that's 10 seconds of no, it will maybe exit out of the menu. I think that's what's going on there. Image flip, we have that. So we can flip it, I'll just leave it like that. Backlight, false color, configure 1. Oh, these are the shortcut buttons too. So if you wanted to add your shortcut buttons, you would click on here, and then you can go through and set it. So I could have like the center marker or the aspect ratio, check field, underscan, scan. I just have that right now on the false color. The other one is on peaking. And then, yeah, so that basically sums it up. Pretty simple to use. I like the build quality of it. I like that it runs off battery, or you can use your own little power supply. I love the spin wheel. It's very easy to navigate through the menus, and most importantly, the picture looks really good. I mean, the resolution packed into this little 7-inch display here, I have no complaints about it. So I'll put a link to this in the description, and that's that. Thanks for watching.